Welcome back to Out of the Blue. I'm Andrew Ottman. Our College of Media and Entertainment is teaching and learning about artificial intelligence and its impact on the creative industries. Helping lead that conversation and joining us for this program is Associate Professor Todd O'Neill in our Department of Media Arts. Todd, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Your first time on Out of the Blue. We're glad to have you here. So let's tell our audience what you do in the College of Media and Entertainment.
Sure. So I'm the coordinator for the Interactive Media Program. And what we cover is online communications, so web and social and video and that kind of thing, but also emerging technology. So we're always looking at what's the next thing that's coming. What I very often tell people is whatever happens today, we teach tomorrow. And sometimes whatever happens this morning, we teach that in the afternoon because things are happening so quickly. How do you keep up? And our students need to be able to keep up and understand how to keep up once they get out in the world. So
I know we could spend an hour plus trying to define exactly what AI is, but give our audience just a short, what are the ups, what are the downs, and what keeps you up at night?
Sure. So one thing many people don't think about is that we've been using AI for 20 or 30 years. If you've ever made an airplane reservation, that's AI. The big difference right now is that we have an interface that we can just put words in and something happens. That's the big thing that happened. You think about the web development, that was sort of like a mild ski slope growth, right? So sort of like that. AI is like just a vertical rocket. It's just going straight up. Yeah, it's exciting, really exciting technology. I think everybody should figure out how to learn about it, embrace it, and use it. But we need to separate the technology from the products, right? AI technology, wow, awesome. The products, not so good. Because they're just not good right yet. They hallucinate, they come up with fake information. They do all sorts of crazy stuff. And if it were any other industry, we would never allow it. Think about Microsoft Word. If it misspelled every other word in spell check, you'd go, no, I'm never using that. That's actually what AI sometimes does. It doesn't necessarily misspell words, but it comes up with crazy stuff.
Right.
It's really important to go, wow, technology is super awesome. We need to look at these products that are out there now and how can we use them and use them ethically and use them effectively. And our students here at MTSU, they need to know. It's been happening for 10 or 15 years. When they get hired as an employee or if they work as a freelancer or something, the person that hired them looks to them to know the technology, know what the latest stuff is. They look at them and say, you're young, you must know this, do this for me. Well, our students need to know. They can't try to figure it out. So we need to figure out how do we integrate that into the curriculum and make it happen.
New can be scary. And this is a technology that is basically changing a lot of paradigms and how we approach things.
Absolutely.
And usually there's two ways you can approach change. You can try to deny it. You can say, hey, listen, we ain't gonna have any part of this. That's just not who we are and what we do. But if I'm hearing what you're saying correctly, and what our responsibility is to our students, we need to understand that this is not a technology that's suddenly going to regress and go back into the box. It is out, and we've got to learn how to work with it, right?
Right. Yeah, it's this genie is absolutely out of the bottle, never going back.
Right.
Never going back. We're just at a spot now where we have to understand, exactly, what does it do? How does it do it? And how can I learn more about it? How can I use it for whatever I'm doing? Our college is in the creative industries, right? All of our students are learning how to be content creators. So how can you use it to create content that isn't doing things like violating someone else's intellectual property or copyright, or that other people don't violate your personal copyright or intellectual property because they've used your information to train the model that makes the generative AI work.
How do you teach students how to ethically and morally and properly approach this technology? Because the tool is changing. In a month it'll be different than the tool is now. A year from now it'll be vastly different. So what's the core you're trying to give me as a student to understand how to deal with this?
First, just in a very high level way, like how does it work, right? Like what makes this thing work? And what makes it work is all the data content that comes in, and humans look at all that content and tag it and decide what it is. So there's humans, particularly in the global south, that's all they do. They make a lot of great money for their area, but that's what they do. They tag, oh yeah, that's a grape. Oh, that's a whatever. And so students need to understand the process that it takes to actually make it. So they have some frame of reference, right? Some foundation. And then they need to start thinking about, okay, what could I do with this that would be ethical, that isn't going to so impinge on someone else's intellectual property that that I, essentially feel guilty about. Would I be stealing from somebody if I did that? How does that work? In my class and in many other classes, I have integrated AI assignments into project assignments.
Rather than avoiding it, saying, I don't want my students near that because I'm concerned about plagiarism or not their work.
So yeah, in my classes, they have to use in their projects at least one AI element. They have to tell me what it is. They have to tell me what tool they use to create it. They have to give me the list of prompts. Those are essentially the written instructions for how you create all of the prompts, whatever you use to create it and modify it. They have to, point out what the output was. And then they have to explain, why did you use AI, rather than something that might be more conventional or traditional, right? So let's say it's a piece of music for a podcast, right? Well, all right, let AI create it, fine. All right, so now tell me, is that better or worse than going to a library, a stock library, and taking a stock piece of music? What do you think about that, right? So that's getting to use the tool, really start thinking, using that critical thinking that we're all about trying to get to them, and then reflecting on, what did they do? How do I feel about it? How did it work for me? And hopefully they'll walk away from that with a better perspective on what is the tool, how's it being used.
Todd O'Neill of the College of Media and Entertainment.
Thank you.
In some pretty amazing stuff over there in the Bragg Building.
It's crazy. It's a rough ride.
Well, appreciate everything you do, Todd.